Hello watch fans and enthusiasts. Today I'll be discussing the Casio vibration alarm W735H. Now this is a long-term review where I just talk about my experience with this watch in the past six years. And I bought this watch in 2015 because I needed a watch for my exams, and this seemed to be the perfect option, being a vibration alarm watch, not making any sounds, not disturbing the peace of the exam hall while my timer runs out in silence. So let's dive right in and see how this watch is doing in 6 years. But before we get started, quick wrist check, as I've got on my GW9400 G-Shock Rangeman. It's a brilliant watch packed with loads of sensors to keep you just that much safer when you're out and about on your treks and whatever it is you're doing that life throws at you. A brilliant watch. But yeah, going back onto the vibration alarm Casio. Now at the time of making this video, if I just really quickly confirm, on Argos it should be, if I'm not mistaken, about £35. And okay, so it's currently £27 actually, and having bought it at about 35 5 years ago, yeah, I think the retail was about in dollars, I think it was about $55. But yeah, you can see which price suits you best when you're purchasing it. But let's just go through how this watch is doing after 6 years. Now that's a very long time, especially for a resin watch, and this watch has taken a beating, I assure you that, because I did loads of sports, lots of boxing, lots of skipping as well with this, lots of swimming, lots of showers. When I put a watch on, I rarely take it off. It's on and it's there, and it goes in the shower with me as well. So yeah, it's been through a lot, this watch. Now as you can see, it survived pretty damn well. Now you can see that the resin has kind of become more glossy or shiny, although I'm not entirely sure whether the case of the watch is resin, because it sort of feels a bit stiffer than resin, but I'm not sure if that's just because it's worn out so much. But it feels fine and it looks fine. So yeah, you can see, if I just zoom in, there are loads of dinks and knocks here and there, because I was honestly so careless with this watch, and it's taken G-Shock worthy beating. So yeah, you can see it's only those few markings there. Otherwise there's no major gashes and there's no major signs of wear, and you can see that the mineral glass is well, sorry, I'm not sure if this model comes with a mineral glass. Actually, it could be acrylic. Yeah, it's probably acrylic, but it's got minimal scratches and it's doing really well for 6 years. I'm actually shocked that it's made it this strong after 6 years. So if you're using it for sports, I would definitely recommend it. If G-Shock's sort of not in your budget, or you prefer something a bit more subtle than a massive G-Shock, just as a size comparison, this watch is significantly smaller than my Rangeman, but nevertheless this watch is beautiful and it looks exactly, it's quite indistinguishable at times, at first glance, from say the likes of a GW7900, which is, I feel like it's the design's sort of inspired, taken inspiration from one another. You can sort of say this is the younger brother of this, although I'm not 100% sure when this was released. But yeah, you can see loads of similarities in the design there. And yeah, this was released in about 2014. So yeah, I don't know who copied who, but both are great designs, and I am really I really love this design. It's why I bought this. Now the strap, unfortunately the original strap on this had snapped after about 5 years. One of the like I said, I was very abusive with this watch, but it eventually wore out the strap here. So I've had one edge here just rip at the level I wear the watch at. So I fitted a new strap, and yeah, well, I actually salvaged a strap from another one of my watches, which I then customized. But yeah, this is a strap from an AQS810W. You can look that up if you'd like to. It's another watch that's sold in Argos as well, I believe, but it's a solar analog Casio. But other than the strap, at least it hadn't fallen off my wrist, because there was one side still connected. So I still feel it's very reliable. Now, obviously as a standard, I'm not really focusing too much on the modes of this watch, because there's other videos that do that. This is mainly on the 6-year aspect of it. But you do have your regular timer and then your stopwatch. I do love the fact that the time is there until you begin the stopwatch, in which it kind of disappears, it's fine. It's better than what my GW7900 is doing with the stopwatch, as you don't really have the time there anywhere. And it's the main reason I upgraded to arrangement, because I needed that sort of time in the stopwatch. But yeah, essentially this watch did really well in taking me through my exam period, and wearing it, abusing it, and not really giving a damn about it when putting it on my wrist. Excuse my language. But yeah, the dual illumination feature, still perfect. We've got the two lights there, and I have used the light as well whenever I needed to in the dark. So I wasn't really mindful of it. Now, the battery, it is a beast, because the light has been used occasionally, but over 6 years it builds up, and now the battery is still alive, which is shocking, because I haven't changed this battery. And I've also having used the light so much, having pressed loads of buttons, having set many alarms, and the vibration also going off quite a few times, the fact that it's still alive astounds me, because a watch, I honestly didn't expect it to last for more than 2-3 years, even though it does say here 10-year battery. It depends on your usage, but honestly it should have been gone by now. But the fact that it's still alive, I'm not complaining. And yeah, it blows my mind that I bought this for about 35 or maybe just below about 6 years ago, and it's still running strong today. I've now given it to my dad for work purposes, and he makes use of this watch because yeah, he doesn't really need anything more than a simple Casio watch, and this has all the features he needs, especially the big display with the digits, very visible. Now I'll do a quick wrist shot of the of the Casio, just so you guys have an idea if you are going to make this purchase. But I couldn't recommend this watch enough. If you're getting it for exam purposes, it's perfect, and generally it can take a hell of a lot of a beating. So definitely, if this is even your first watch, this was actually my first watch, believe it or not, because I've I mean, I've had watches before, but they weren't exactly functional. So this was my first functional watch, and Casio couldn't have done it better. I really love the look of this watch on the wrist. Really rugged, really robust, and really can take a beating. So yeah, that's just my take on this Casio. It's really, really familiar to a G-Shock, and yeah, I can't get enough of that. Like, it's really, I just look at it and I get total G-Shock vibes. But yeah, and it held up like a G-Shock. So I know that might be quite blasphemous, suggesting a normal Casio could hold up the same way as a G-Shock, but I can't lie. I've thrown everything I can at it, and it really lives up to its name. 100-meter water resist is apparently half that of the G-Shock, but I'm not sure if anyone will realistically need more unless they go diving or something of that sort. So yeah, I hope this review, or sorry, long-term review, helped and helped inform your decision on whether you want one of these or not. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Raki. Have a good day.